Come on down, guys. Welcome to Two Guys Garage, and I gotta tell you, today, we're trucked up.
That's an understatement. So we got two guys, we got two trucks. One of them, this 1971 C10,
man.
it really just needs a big hug because it's been left, abused, and alone.
Not to mention the ultimate rig. I'm talking the ultimate tool truck. Stick around.
Now, a lot of these cool hot rods, you know, they've been upgraded and modified over the years and the decades, but sometimes they just sort of get lost in the corner and they sit forever. And well, that's this baby here. You know, by FAA rules, we can't really take this thing for a flight because all the seat backs and tray tables need to be in the upright position. And
And that's definitely not happening there. The tacks hanging out of the dash and
maybe
so
with some
forth.
duct tape, we can close that sucker up.
Well, when you're talking safety, man, another one of our concerns that's been sitting for so long is upgrading the brake lines, all right? When you think volumetric expansion and that brake fluid inside that line.
Or you think about rotted out hoses ready to burst.
They're
Let me
all
get this thing jacked up here for you.
They're all cracked and so forth, like we said, kind of dry rotted. Well, when a car like this comes through our shop, we like put Crown Performance stainless steel brake lines. Why? Well, it's 5 layers of stainless steel and Kevlar, all right? Unlike the traditional like 2 layers that you're gonna get with most of these brake lines. Also, it's been pressure tested, meets all the DOT standards up to 4,500 PSI. It comes in 9 different colors, so you can customize it according to what your taste is. Now we gotta get these guys on our old truck. All right, we want to get this truck roadworthy. Changing the oil, big part of that. Oil's been sitting in this thing for a long time, but I tell you what, we have a French filter system that's unbelievable. You heard of bypass systems, right? Well, my man Kev is going to tell you all about this incredible oil filtration system.
Now, what a lot of people call a bypass filter system is really a supplemental filtration system. Now, it started with what Willie's doing by sandwiching sort of an oil filter adapter. You guys are familiar with either running to a cooler or maybe a remote oil filter. This guy gets sandwiched between a filter and your block. Now, what it's doing is it's taking your normal filtration process, right, and it's tapping off a small amount, but it's running it through a really fine filtration media to get out the really small particles. So over a couple hundred miles, you can take basically used oil that's in your engine, and by filtering it through this guy here, it's making it like new. So inside of here is where the magic is, this really fine filtration media. So it's really simple to replace whenever you need to. All I gotta do, get that guy mounted up here, and then I've already drilled and tapped for a fitting for my return line back into the motor. So that's gonna start the cycle. That's given that Willie's finished sandwiching in that adapter.
Whoa. Did you say sandwiches?
Well, if you're talking ice cream type and you're buying, heck yeah, I did.
My man.
Now, one thing we got to do if we're ever going to fire this truck up is get a good battery in it, because this one is dead smoked. Now, the one thing we have is some nice terminals, which is cool. We don't have to replace those.
Look what I got us, man. From AC Delco, our friends over there, professional Gold Series battery. They're built with a better reserve capacity. These things are just top notch, man. We're talking everything you need performance-wise from a battery with a 42-month warranty.
Yeah, but that 42-month means at 41 and like 29 days, if it goes out, you get a brand new one. It's not prorated. You're not getting a percentage, right?
Hey, and that's big. When you go out shopping for a battery, look at that, man. A lot of guys don't offer a free warranty, an exchange warranty. They'll give you a prorated discount, and you'll have to pay for another battery.
Yeah, now we're going for durability here, right? Because we got a truck. It's now lowered. It's on some stiffer springs, but we still want to do truck stuff with it. So this thing's got to be able to, you know, have a lot of sort of vibration resistance, durability. So the casing on these is a lot more rugged than a traditional battery. It holds the plates in tighter, right? So everything stays where it should, doesn't shake apart and fatigue after a while. Now, if you notice, I'm kind of going in reverse. I'm putting the red one on first, right? And make sure you get a good connection. If you got to go in there with a little Scotch-Brite, if you got some corrosion, maybe a little sandpaper, do it. You want a good connection to that terminal.
Yeah, man, we've done the baking soda trick. You've seen that a couple times. The great thing we like about these AC Delco Professional Series batteries is this terminal is resistant to a lot of that corrosion and acid and a lot of that seepage that you're going to see in a lot of batteries when you pop the hood.
Yeah, and you know what?
What?
We're that much closer to being able to fire the engine up or get in under that ugly dash and start fixing some of that wiring and those gauges and all that.
Hey, we've been nice to you guys. You haven't seen the inside of this guy, but it's straight stepped on. We'll get to that and clean all of that up in just a second. You know, usually the words iconic and pickup truck don't make the same sentence together. However, in 1967, the gang at Chevrolet and GM changed the rules a bit. The undisputed heavyweight of collector trucks belongs to the 67 through 72 Chevy C10. A former work-purpose-only vehicle, the 67 model got a number of comfort improvements, a smoother riding suspension, and new sheet metal. This was the first time in Chevrolet's history that a truck was marketed as a second family vehicle. Now with nearly 3 million of these trucks manufactured, plenty have survived. And unlike a lot of car restorations, the finished product is more important than its pedigree.
Hey, welcome back to our 71 C10 pickup project. Now the outside I think we can buff out a little bit, but the inside needs a lot more than just some elbow grease. I mean, I got broken factory gauges, I got repeat gauges over here by the shifter, I've got another set of the same gauges here that aren't even mounted. Everything's cracked and broken, and I can't even keep my seat tray up, so we've got a lot of work to do. So Willie, let's show all these fine people out there what we're bringing to the table.
Man, are we ever. Brothers Trucks hooked us up so sweet. Complete gauge cluster. It's gonna have everything, speedometer, tack, all your gauges, so forth. We got a glove box made out of the exact chipboard, right? Just like it was in 71. 71 climate control was something like air, heat, and defrost. That's all you got, here it is.
Don't forget about the radio.
Oh yeah.
So we got a lot of work to do, so let's start divvying it up. You take some, I'll take some. Let's get it going.
I'm gonna call dibs on this.
Do it. All yours. Now, one of the most important features to me inside this dash is hooking up the tunes. Now, to do that, you know, in the old school way, they had a square opening and maybe a couple of holes for the knobs. So you had a unique pattern in here. You have to match up the right size radio. But by going to a DIN standard, which is this size right here, right? It's common across all modern radios. Somebody's already gone in and cut this opening out. Kind of makes it simple. Now all you have to do is install this little register, and what that entails is, see these little tabs? Once you slide it up against the sheet metal, you fold these up and it'll hug it nice and tight, so this thing is stuck in there, kind of like this. Once those are folded in, but now you got to support the weight on the back side because this thing's pretty heavy. But that's simple as well. Get a little hanger like this that comes with a kit, hang it on the stud. You can bend it anywhere you want and find a spot on the back firewall just to support that weight. You can even prop it up if you need to. Now what's cool about this one from Brothers Trucks, it's got that old school look but totally modern, right? Kick it like this, you slide your CDs in, you got USB, aux port, all that stuff. So let me get this thing wired up and we're ready to crank it up.
All right, you know the great thing about hot rodding in the modern era? Things like this. Now we got this again from Brothers Trucks. It's a full, complete gauge cluster. It's gonna have everything, your speedo, your tack, which is kind of a rarity back then, your fuel gauge, oil pressure, and so forth. And it's just plug and play, but it has all today's modern electronics. Again, circuit board, really super nice. Now, again, if you get into a hot rod and see that finished look, something like this, what a complete difference, transformation it makes in the looks of the interior. Now when we come back, the King Kong of tool trucks. You guys want to stick around for this guy.
How many garage doors sound like this? Keep your garage door free from friction, squeaks, and corrosion with Blaster Garage Door Lube. If you spray Blaster Garage Door Lube on a garage door roller, you can see and feel the difference. Here are two new rollers side by side. One has been treated with garage door lube, and the other roller has not. Look at the difference in lubrication qualities. That roller on the left has higher roller qualities than the new roller on the right. Plus, it leaves a dry, tack-free film behind to keep dirt and dust from accumulating. It also reduces friction and noise on hinges, spurs, chains, and cables. Blaster Garage Door Lube is specially formulated for garage doors to properly lubricate and extend the life of the equipment you depend on every day. This tip is brought to you by the Blaster Corporation, makers of PB Blaster, the #1 selling penetrant for breaking free rusted parts.
Hey, welcome back. Now we're gonna do a little switch in gears. Now, speaking of gear, check out all the stuff we got on our federated work truck.
Yeah, man, this thing is the ultimate rig. Now we got to catch you up with what we've done to it so far. All right, so first we have the Slick Pick Outlaw installed because we know the ultimate rig deserves the ultimate tow package.
Yeah, man, this is self-contained tow package from our friends at Slick Pick Industries. It allows fantastic towing capability for your 3/4 or 1-ton pickup. This thing can lift up to 4,000 pounds and tow up to 7,500. Plus, you can still use your pickup bed while you tow.
And man, that's good because the long bed on this truck is prime real estate when it comes to storing all your gear you need on the job site. But we'll get to that in a minute.
Well, the other great thing about this tow package is you can auto-load vehicles from inside the cab. So towing is definitely going to be faster and easier job for whoever gets this truck.
And on top of that, we've upgraded the stainless steel brake lines from our friends at Crown Performance and put in a level toe suspension from RideTech to help handle those heavier loads.
Yeah, we've also installed a brand new AP accelerated performance exhaust, and we added a secondary AGM battery to help handle all those extra accessories that are running on this truck.
Check out what we have on the back of our ultimate rig from Highway Products. This is their pickup pack. Now, it's not just a big chest that you throw everything in. It's got moving shelves, components, and everything else. So guys like me are on the job site, you get whatever you need in there.
Well, in case you need more room than that, more organization, check out the storage still going on in here. But hey man, you want to climb up there and get all your gear?
No.
No, me neither. That's why we have
Check
this
this
cool little slide out tray. Right, this thing comes all the way out. You can set your gear in here, just come over here and grab it. You know, or you get a little sleepy on the job, man. You throw a futon down here, George Costanza style, like
man.
set it under the desk, the back of the truck.
No siestas going on here, man. We got
Siesta.
brake jobs to do, brake jobs.
Oh, that's right.
All this weight means beefed up brakes, and we're getting to it now. All right, now like we were saying, with our federated ultimate rig, we've added a lot of accessories, which translates to a lot of weight. So how do you stop all that? We called our friends at Ray Bestis. We said, send us the baddest kit you got. So they sent us the big caliper, big brake bundle kit. Now this thing is loaded with all kinds of great stuff. You get the big heavy duty calipers. Now look at these guys. Now this will fit the 1-ton application, so you got plenty of stopping power for our workhorse right back here. And also with the big brake bundle kit, you get this R300 rotor. Now this thing's pretty important. Let me pull off this factory rotor and I'll show you. All right, now it comes with these S-grooves. It's non-directional, so these rotors will fit all 4 corners. And what this S-groove right here does is allow those gases that develop when that pad is laying against this rotor to escape. All right, that's gonna help give you a lot more pedal bite, a little more pedal feel, if you will. Whereas the rotor that came on this truck, you can see no way for those gases to escape. Now we just gotta get all this in here, all right.
Now we are seriously upgrading a lot of the hardware on this truck, but we're also going to add a lot of electrical goodies. Now we've already added a secondary AGM battery up front, but what we still have is the original dinky little alternator. You can always look for potentially an upgrade for amperage, so it can feed the mighty beast for all the electrical needs. So Remy makes everything from OE replacements to remans, starters, and alternators, so they probably have something for your application if you're doing a work truck like this, an ambulance, or even if you're just putting in a really cool stereo system and you need that extra draw to be fed by something like this. Now, when we talk about electrical systems, right, we've got a whole bunch of lights coming on the front of this thing, which we'll show you in a minute. But speaking of lights, you've got headlight assemblies now that are real high intensity. They create a lot of heat. So one thing you want to keep an eye on is that your harnesses don't get burned up over time. So something like this from TechSmart and S&P, right, a real simple solution, a plug and play. They've got upgraded gauge wiring, insulation, they've got high temperature connectors on it. So keep your eye on these new systems, and if you're upgrading especially, see what you can do to upgrade the harness as well.
All right, got it? Yeah. Ooh. Let's get a few more bolts tightened up on our Fab 4 black bumper. Now this is the no guard version, 14 gauge steel. You can get them with a mid guard or a full guard. Well, it wraps all the way around the front of the truck. pretty heavy duty stuff from Fab 4.
Yeah, what's nice about these setups here is they use all the factory kind of bolt-ons. You can put your fog lights in them, right? They're set up for accessories like winches. Now, just like the front, the rear bumper, you can use all your factory harnesses for things like backup lights, you know, your license plate lights, even your little reverse sort of sensors here, your proximity sensors. So literally a couple more bolts. The front and the rear are bolted together, but we're not done. It's going for some wrap so we can get the whole look starting to come together. So you guys stick around while we wrap this up. A lot of vehicles are now using gasoline direct injection or GDI technology. Now, direct injection is becoming a lot more popular because it allows for more efficient and even combustion processes, so you get better fuel economy, lower emissions, and increased engine power. But because the fuel is sprayed downstream of the valve instead of upstream, washing the backside of the valve and keeping it clean, intake valves on direct injected engines are more susceptible to carbon buildup. Now, this robs power and performance out of your engine. Now, on top of that, GDI valves can be very difficult to clean without some sort of labor-intensive teardown because you don't get that constant fuel wash or direct contact from a traditional fuel system cleaner on the backside of that valve. Now, if you don't want to spend all that time and work, you can pick up a MotorMedic Fuel Pro Complete Kit. Now, this is a simple two-step process. It takes about 5 minutes to remove carbon buildup and clean out your vehicle's upper engine and intake system from the intake plenum all the way down to the catalytic converter. Now, this kit's designed to work with both PFI and GDI engines. Now, to clean your intake system, turn off your engine and insert the adapter hose into the brake booster vacuum line and attach the other end to the intake system cleaner canister. Then start the engine and slowly spray the contents of the canister into the vacuum port. Now, this step cleans out your entire intake system, including the tops of those GDI valves that aren't reachable through typical fuel system cleaners. You'll get rid of those carbon deposits as well as the rough idle, knocking and pinging, and you'll also notice restored power and performance along with that fuel economy. Now, once you've finished step one, all you have to do is empty the contents of the bottle with a fuel injection cleaner into your fuel tank, and regular use will keep the engine clean and running at peak performance. It's also designed to get rid of the hydrostatic engine lock. So you can pick up your complete system here from MotorMedic at Federated Auto Parts.
This is the Iridium TT Spark Plug by Denso. Born from OE Engineering, the Denso twin tip technology fuses an iridium center electrode with a needle tip platinum grounded electrode for ultimate durability and performance. The iridium alloy in the center electrode helps the plug endure voltage wear and oxidation, which means you don't have to replace your plugs as often. This material is manufactured to a 0.4 millimeter needle point, which delivers more concentrated flame energy for a greater explosion. The needle tip platinum ground electrode also allows for more consistent firing, and it increases the life of the spark plug to over 100,000 miles. You can get them at Federated Auto Parts. Sachs has the clutch replacement solution for your project, no matter what make or model you've got in the garage. Their kits cover everything from late model imports to heavy duty trucks and classic cars. Sachs clutch kits come with all the parts you need to get the job done, including the clutch cover, disc, release bearing, alignment tool, and lube. And with a full range of new flywheels, they can spare you the downtime you would normally spend resurfacing your old flywheel. To save you extra work and frustration in the shop, these kits are designed to fit right the first time. And they're manufactured to the highest standards to ensure reliable function. Check out their full range of applications and get your project car out on the road faster. If you're looking to restore the paint on your car or truck, Automotive Touch-Up has got you covered. From primers, sanding materials, base coats, and clear coats, they've turned restoring your paint into an easy and affordable DIY project. Automotive Touch-Up guarantees an excellent OEM factory match paint for your vehicle. Each can of base coat and clear coat is made to order using the highest quality paint available. The cans are even designed to get you the best results with the pro-grade spray tip. You can also attach the Can 1 gun trigger, which turns your spray can into a spray gun. This helps you get professional results with effortless spraying. Automotive Touch-Up allows you to forego more expensive options and restore your factory finish in your own driveway.
All right, just taking a couple pictures. Night and day difference between, what we had and what we now have. Now I'm going to upload these pictures to myclassicgarage.com. Whether you're hunting for events, you're hunting for cars for sale, meet like-minded people, shop around for some cool cars, or just get info on the stuff you're working on. Kind of a cool site, man. We like it a lot.
For more information about anything you've seen in today's show, check out mavtv.com or visit our website at twoguysgarage.com. This segment of Two Guys Garage is brought to you by StarTron, enzyme fuel treatment for all engines.
Now we're almost finished totally revamping the inside of this truck. Now it's a great afternoon project to go in and completely transform the center console and the instrument panel. All new gauges, brand new steering wheel so this thing looks sweet and tight. And then we can go over here and crank up the tunes. We got our HVAC controls that all look nice and fresh. And we almost have a complete glove box. Almost.
Almost done with this too. I had the old replacement out of there. It was kind of hammered and beat, and got the new one in from our friends at Brothers Trucks. Only one problem here.
What's going on with the tape, man?
Somebody forgot to order the button.
Dude, order the button. That was like where we started.
The trigger, dude.
You made the list?
Button. No, man.
But we talked about it.
The button, dude. They got everything.
All right, well, we can get back online and order a button, and then we'll be done.
Completely wrapped up.
But in the meantime, we're wrapped up for the day. Hope you guys enjoyed the C10 truck.
All right, man. See you guys later. We're out of time for today.
That's what I'm talking
the
about.
button. The button.
Yeah, man.
Two Guys Garage is brought to you in part by Federated Auto Parts. Best parts, best people, best service. Vehicle transportation provided by Pilot Transport. Auto hauling specialists. Professional POV cameras provided by Replay. Record, replay.